Opening. There are some objects. Buying them means inviting not just an item, but darkness itself into your home. This story tells the terrifying fate of those who have encountered one of the most cursed objects in the world, the Dybbuk Box. Kevin's discovery. Year 2001, Portland, Oregon. Kevin Mannis is having an ordinary day in his antique shop when a woman's grandson arrives holding a small chest. The grandson says, "We found this among my grandmother's belongings. Please buy it. We don't want it in our house anymore." The chest is made of old walnut wood with a small iron clasp on the front. Inside, Kevin finds dried rose petals, locks of hair from two different people, an old Jewish amulet, a small wine goblet, Hebrew letters engraved inside, Dybbuk. Kevin thinks the antique has spiritual value and buys it. The grandson quickly leaves the store. The silence that follows creates an eerie sense of unease. Arrival home and the first night. Kevin brings the box home. He is alone. The first night passes quietly, but as the night deepens, he begins to hear strange sounds. Whispering, a woman crying, a faint smell of burning. Kevin wakes up from a nightmare at dawn. In his dream, a faceless woman, entirely cloaked in darkness, stands before him. The woman's voice says, "You will never let it go." Kevin assumes it's just exhaustion, but the incidents escalate the next day. Light bulbs burst, sudden cold drafts throughout the house. Objects move on their own. Brief dark shadows appear in mirrors. The gift to his mother, the first crisis. Kevin gives the box to his mother as a birthday gift. As she opens the box, she starts to tremble. Her eyes widen in shock, and she suddenly collapses. She is rushed to the hospital. Doctors find no physical cause. In the hospital room, Kevin sees the note written by his mother's trembling hands. Nightmare. The arrival of the scientific team. Realizing that the events are supernatural, Kevin seeks help. While researching online, he contacts the Occult Phenomena Research Group, specializing in parapsychology. The team includes Professor Daniel Miller, 30 years of experience in paranormal events, calm and skeptical. Dr. Emily Carter, specialist in psychological interactions, highly intuitive. Technician Mark, equipped with EMF meters, thermal cameras, and audio recording devices. Kevin shows them the entire house. The investigation begins. EMF devices show extreme fluctuations. Thermal camera detects abnormal cold spots. Audio recorders capture voices. "Leave here. I am here." As Emily enters a room, she suddenly stops and whispers. Emily whispering, "Someone is breathing next to me." The curse's origins revealed. Professor Miller explains the Dybbuk concept. In Jewish belief, a Dybbuk is a restless spirit of the dead that attaches itself to other bodies and objects. The amulet inside the box is part of an ancient ritual once used to imprison the Dybbuk. Kevin's deeper research uncovers the box's history. It once belonged to a Polish woman who survived World War II. She lost her entire family during the Nazi occupation. To survive, she turned to dark magic. She performed the Dybbuk ritual herself. The ritual and disaster. Professor Miller attempts an old Jewish ritual to seal the box. The ceremony begins. The room darkens. The amulet trembles. The box moves on its own. Screams and sobbing of a woman fill the air. While monitoring the EMF device, Mark suddenly collapses, a heart attack. a sudden mist spreads around the box. With tears in her eyes, Emily whispers, "This entity, it's not just in the box, it's inside us now." Escape and the endless curse. Kevin believes the only way to escape the curse is to get rid of the box, but he can't bury or burn it. Finally, he anonymously lists it for sale online. The package is prepared. As the new owner receives it, their voice is heard. "What a beautiful antique cabinet!" The camera shakes. The screen goes dark. Closing. The Dybbuk Box. With each new owner, it deepens its darkness even more. And you have now listened to this story. The darkness might now be watching your room, too. Mystic Whisper presents. Subscribe for more terrifying stories and don't forget to like this video.